Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, the most delectable Chupacabra man. And today we're checking out a platform that I was kind of loath to bother downloading because I knew it probably wasn't going to be full of, like, next-gen titles. But today we're checking out the Facebook Gameroom app, where we will take a look at, like, what types of games are on here. And what I can tell you is that these are mostly the games that you would have been playing on Facebook through the web browser. And a lot of those games have been converted so that they run very nicely and natively on your home desktop PC. I think it might be for Mac too, but I didn't really take a look at that. But if you can download Facebook Gameroom, it's basically just full of a lot of those old, like, time killer, trying to suck microtransactions out of you web games, and also a lot of what I describe as whale slayer mobile titles, which again are designed to, instead of, just selling you a game outright, they are designed to suck the money out of you whenever they possibly can. So a lot of these games on here are basically just mobile ports from either Android or iOS, but they do run pretty good. Like, that's kind of the goal of the Facebook Gameroom, is to let you play those formerly kind of slow and clunky web games a little bit faster in a native desktop environment, because most of the people who are going to be gaming and do that gaming on Facebook are probably people that are not hardcore gamers. So whatever computer that they do have at home, if it has any power at all, it's going to be like a pre-built computer with kind of a graphics card that's like 4 generations old. And if you try to run anything super new on it, it's going to smoke, spark, and explode. So with that in mind, we're going to check out this action game down here called Warhammer 40k Freeblade. And this is definitely one of those titles that you can almost immediately tell is meant to be played on a phone. And the idea is you play as a giant mech, and you just spam click everything that's in your field of vision to kill it before it either runs away and ruins your score, or it murders your face. That's basically it. And this is a game that exists inside of the Warhammer 40k universe, where everything's kind of brutal, dark, and gothic, and the idea is that you're playing as this giant, scary, quiet game. I don't want free salvage. But this is a game where you play as probably a dead guy inside of a robot. Because in this universe, most of the giant, scary robots don't have an artificial intelligence to them. There's actually like a tech priest, or the engineers of the future, that has to become closer to the machine god, blah, blah, blah. I'm not word-holing very good today. To get closer to the machine god, he's removed some other portion of his humanity, and there's a floating brain in a jar somewhere in this Murdertron 9000, which has a machine gun, a rocket launcher, and in case there's another mech around, a laser chainsaw sword. Also, I think this thing runs on coal, because there's, like, exhaust ports, where I would think you'd probably want, like, a reactor in this puppy dog, but I'm not a super future, like, engineer, so that's not really my department. So let's just jump into the campaign, and I can show you guys... What is this? But this is the second system. So let me play... It's glowing. This one's glowing, so let's play the knobs. So this says we have a solid foothold in Relicsburg now, thanks to your efforts, Chupacabra. You must have done something to the orc psyche. 2 orc knobs, Blacktooth and Big Rekka, and Uzrek Badhammer are actually allying instead of trying to kill each other. This mission will not be easy. So basically all these orcs, the space orcs, these are different than regular orcs. These are assholes in space. They want to kill us. And it looks like we need... Oh, am I really not allowed to deploy without buying new pants? I guess I'll upgrade this thing, why not? Upgrade it for a little bit of scrap. Beautiful. So now we're our mission ready. Let's deploy and start shooting people, because that's basically what our shtick is in this game. So what you'll quickly see... Yep, I'll use my experience booster. What you'll quickly see, as we run in here, is that the goal here is we want to maul the pants off of these guys up here. And we just want to kill all of the orcs as best as we can, so that they do not attempt to escape us. That's the way that you get the highest battle rating and the most rewards at the end of the mission. For the most part, I'm not really paying super attention to a lot of what's happening on screen here. So, like, you just shoot stuff, like this guy. And then you can click in that little circle there in order to shield from one of their incoming mortar attacks. There we go. I guess I'll shoot that truck as well, just so that I get all the points that I possibly can. Let me just... Yeah, alright, Mr. Fancy, I'm a giant deathmobile. You're not my real dad. Don't pretend like you were there when I wanted to go to the fair, you son of a bitch. And this is essentially like the game right here. There's not a lot more to it. You fight other mechs, you fight enemies that come up on you. Sometimes they're in, like, really annoying vehicles. Sometimes they're in mechs. And that's really all there is to it. I'm gonna kill you with my thingamabopper. Am I gonna have to maul you guys with, like, regular lasers and shit? Alright, fine. I will chainsaw your face open, Mr. I'm a bulldozer with legs. Alright. So yeah, that's it. You sometimes melee things, you sometimes machine gun laser things. And other times, you blow things up. And then occasionally, you can later unlock a rocket launcher, which is not always something you can use on your character until you unlock it, where you can auto-target everything in your field of view. And what did I not get the bestest at? Health bonus, 69%. Did I lose health? Yeah, whatever. So basically, if you want to perfect your scores in this game, you end up having to replay them a couple of times with better upgrades. But I don't know that there's really a lot of point to that. So where's my free salvage? Is that down here at the salvage team? Alright team, do the thing. Get me some free garbage to make into more garbage. My thrill level is at maximum overdrive. Alright, there we go. I got a free XP booster, which, to be completely frank, I don't really need because I'm already getting more experience than I actually have gear to complete story missions at this point. This is one of those things, like, it immediately tries to get you to spend money by inconveniencing you to have to go back and grind in the game to get more stuff. So what kind of events do we have here? It's the daily event. I have a new free attempt at the daily event where I get to play as a pre-made war machine with a rocket launcher and a double chainsaw and... I don't know. I got like a thing that shoots lasers. Let's play an event. So depending on how well you click and perform in these different daily events, you will receive different rewards in the game. And some of them you have to play with your own mech. Some of them you end up playing with pre-made mechs like this one. And, you know, it works out alright. What are you trying to do? Double-click anywhere to fire your mounted weapon. Yeah, alright, fine. I guess I'll just maul you to death, sir. There we go. So that was the example of how the cluster missiles work. Although I haven't really played around a lot with the cluster missiles, so I guess the game just decided that I needed some assistance as I maul all these evil Chaos Marines. So the shtick with these guys is that they are... Oh, come on with that. Alright, fine, I'll alternate to the shitty weapon. Alright, you happy now? But yes, these are Chaos Marines. These are Marines that have been affected by the evil Chaos Gods. Well, I say affected when what I really mean is they've been corrupted, and now they want to do stuff. They want to touch your butts, they want to make everyone evil, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's certainly great if you want to be a politician. But I kind of want my brain in a jar to stay in the jar? I feel like that's fair. I mean, what do you want from me, people? Everybody doesn't need to be an evil, like, Doom Lord, alright? Everyone just needs to settle her down. So I kind of like this because it actually gives you a chance to see what some of the... Oh, can I just double-click? There we go. Beautiful. It kind of gives you a chance to see what a lot of the endgame weapons and components will look like in the game, which can be really handy-dandy. On the other hand, some of these events kind of suck. They kind of blow the chunks. Like, there's not really a lot of an opportunity. Can you just frickin' die, you? I'm trying to shoot you out of the sky, you stupid bird. Get over here. There we go, perfect. Yeah, I know, I don't have a lot of stuff to work with, game. Stop trying to tell me that I'm bad at being a robot. I'm alright at it. Also, why would a bunch of basic machine gun fire bother a giant robot? Like, for realsies. I feel like a giant robot should just be mauling everybody. Everyone's just like, just let it run out of gas, people. It's not a thing. Not even kind of. There we go. Oh, come on, really? I got defeated? This is what happens if you misuse your, your really cool rocket launcher. So what I can tell you is that most of this game is just that. Like the stuff that you just saw right there. There's a lot of just shooting more of the same characters. There's a lot of replaying the same missions. The gameplay at this point does not really change. Like, this is just the whole game. Now, what I can say that this game does have is they have a fair amount of story stuff going on here. Like, they have actually a little bit of voice acting. The stuff does follow a certain series of events within the Warhammer universe. So if you're a kind of a fan of Warhammer and you don't mind kind of a grindy time killer game, you might try this on mobile. I honestly wouldn't bother to try it out on this, but, you know, whatever. I will upgrade you into a new murderier thing. Yeah, that'll probably work. But yeah, I'd try this on mobile, but I wouldn't fuck around with it on desktop. There's just better games that you can get for free or for very cheap that are just better than this. So there we go, we're gonna see this environment again, but with orcs shooting at us instead of the usual fare. Now, one thing they do have is they do have a fair bit of environments, but something that kind of kills it on PC is simply the fact that most of these environments are pretty basic. Like, they are not the world's most interesting thing ever. Mostly because the game's graphics lacks polygons. Because again, these were originally supposed to be games on mobile, and that just kind of stopped happening. Or they got ported. So you're not gonna get those sweet world-breaking graphics that you would normally expect on, like, a Steam title or the latest next-gen title. Really? Okay, what the fuck is the point of the goddamn rocket launcher if it completely ignores the little jalopy shooting past my feet? I mean, come on. It's the crazy sci-fi future. I should be mauling everybody, every kid, just to death. And then, like, the auto-firing sequences should know where, like, everybody lives. Like, I don't even understand that. It just seems shilly. The other thing is, as long as you have items of a correct level and you're not completely inept at clicking, this isn't a challenging game. Like, the only thing that's challenging about it is having the correct level of gear for whatever mission you're trying to go on, to be completely honest. So there's not a whole lot of challenge to be had with this game. Again, this is one of those whale slayer games. The whole idea is that it's supposed to just be a time killer where... Oh, hello, friend. It's just supposed to be a time killer where... Oh, whoops. I guess I'm gonna get beat up a little bit. It's just a time killer where you waste time when you're out and about, maybe transiting on the train or on the bus to work, or you're on a break at work. It's just a time killer. So there's not really a lot of depth to it. Just go play it a bit, log in, get your daily rewards, do your daily event, and then completely ignore it for another forever. Essentially. Because there's gonna be a lot of grinding in this game, there's gonna be a lot of not super crazy fun stuff going on. And that's just the reality. Would I recommend this game? Not really. It's pretty bland. I've barely gotten into, like, the second round of quests, like, the second, like, area, unquotes. And they're already shoving deals in my face to buy, how much is this supposed to be? $9 for a bunch of basic equipment. $9 gets me a whole game with more features and stuff in it, so I don't know who is buying stuff. Don't buy it from these types of games, please. This is why they keep making these, is because someone out there is buying this crap. Please don't. Like, this is not particularly good. So, this has basically been the Facebook Gameroom. You can play a lot of different mobile titles. For the most part, there's free stuff. Like, you can play that other game, Poop in My Soup. There's Poop in My Soup, which I may have to check out here in a minute. So, until next time, I've been your host, Larry the Chupacabra. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you've liked this little look at the exciting adventures of stuff that's on Facebook's Gameroom app. But I wouldn't recommend you download this. Go get yourself a real platform like Steam or GOG or Green Man Gaming, all that stuff. Do the thing. So until next time, I've been your host, Larry. Have a good one, everybody, and toodaloo.